can turn the world on with a smile. You can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. Well, it's your girl and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, don't need to fake it. You can never down, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, July 18th, and Marc has an unknown number of days left to go in his U.S. prison sentence. His early release date under U.S. guidelines for good behavior is still July 9th next year, but with his transfer application being approved by the U.S. government, we don't know when he's actually going to be back. It definitely could be sooner. So last week I let you know the news that he had been approved, but the public safety minister, the man in charge of transfers here in Canada, hadn't yet been assigned, I suppose. Vic Taves resigned on Monday, so there was no public safety minister on the day that we got Marc's approval from the U.S., so we didn't know who to petition for Marc's transfer to be approved on the Canadian end. But on Monday this week, Harper announced his brand new cabinet, added in a few extra people, so it cost the taxpayers a few extra limos and expenses, and 39 people, ministers in charge of stuff all across Canada. Big government, biggest ever it seems. But anyway, on that day we found out that the new public safety minister is a gentleman named Stephen Blaney, and he's a member of parliament from Quebec, but we've never heard of this gentleman before. I was quite surprised because we were scared it was going to be somebody who's really tough, you know, somebody a little mean almost like we expected. But this guy has an interest in planting trees to offset his carbon emissions as a member of parliament, and he's worked in green innovation and technology. So, you know, I'm interested in that for sure, and that's the gentleman I'm asking you to politely contact and say, bring Marc home. We have a few other appointments in the government, a few changes, but this person is the one who has Marc's life literally in his hands in some paperwork, and he can sign off to bring Marc home. So we'll have all that information for you, but to be honest, Marc and I aren't really sure if a transfer is the way to go. It's been very confusing trying to get information because the Conservative government has been changing the rules with respect to transferred offenders from the United States and elsewhere, and there's just a lot of uncertainty about dates and all that. So we're working with some lawyers right now. Literally, I'm emailing and contacting right now, trying to figure out when Marc would be able to get out if he gets brought home. It could be possible that he would have penalties and kind of punishment extending past next summer here if he comes home in Canada. But if he gets kicked out of the U.S. next July, he doesn't have anything in Canada. No conditions, no restrictions, no one to report to. So that might actually end up being the better option. But Marc needs to know what option is best. Is it better to come home or not? And it's hard to get that information straight. So we're working on it, and we'll be launching a stronger campaign to get Marc home if we know for sure that's what he wants to do. But at this moment, I'm just kind of waiting and seeing what we ought to do about it. But Marc sent me his mail that he got from U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, the 2 pages that say determination of inadmissibility, basically saying you're not a citizen or national of the United States. You're a native of Canada and a citizen of Canada. You are an immigrant not in possession of a valid, unexpired immigrant visa, re-entry permit, border crossing card, or other valid entry document required by the Immigration Nationality Act. So we got to kick you out because what's going on? You're not American and you're Canadian and you're down here and you don't have any paperwork to be down here. What are you doing? That's kind of what it sounds like it's saying. But what we know it says is the U.S. government approved his transfer home, so he gets kicked out. So it's nice to have this paperwork in my hands, but again, we don't know if that's good or not. We're trying to figure that out. But in the meantime, the battle continues on many fronts. We have 2 events coming up. And last week I told you all about Olympia Hempfest coming up next weekend on the 27th and 28th. And I've been invited to speak there, but I'm very sorry to have to announce that I won't be able to make it to Olympia this year. There's a lot of different reasons why and a lot of different places I need to go and things that are happening. But I will be back down in Washington State at Seattle Hempfest. I spend 5 days down there with Jeremiah from Cannabis Culture and Pot Pot TV. So I'm going to be speaking, and we're going to be there doing our usual thing and meeting up with everybody for those few days. But I'm very sorry to say, Olympia, I can't make it out to see you all. And it's an incredible group of people celebrating their 10th anniversary of Olympia Hempfest. So check out olympiahempfest.com for info on that. But I will be down there, like I said, for Seattle Hempfest in August. That's the 16th, 17th, and 18th. And it's an incredible event, not to be missed. The biggest marijuana gathering in the world, and the first time it's in a place where marijuana is legal. And all sorts of interesting history there. You guys know about Marc and John McKay, his prosecutor, and legalization. And it's incredible how much has happened in the years since Marc has been away. And he's going to come home to quite an exciting battle ahead for Canada, because as you all know, Canada has a dinosaur in Parliament when it comes to cannabis and drug policy and medical marijuana and all of that. So the fight goes on, and I'm going to leave you guys with just a wish for you to get out and enjoy some sunshine. We're losing 2 minutes of daylight every day, and you know, summer's ending, so get out there and enjoy the sunshine, because you know, life, you never know what's going to come at you. You never know when you might not be here. So make the most of every single day. Eat food you enjoy, get some sunshine, have some fun, listen to music, dance in your apartment by yourself. Not saying I do that, but you know, just make the most out of life, because it's a gift that we're all here and able to live it. And I can't wait for Marc to come back and live it with me. So thanks for all your support, and I'll see you guys next week. Check out cannabisculture.com, pot.tv, and all of our other websites, of course, for more info. It's down in the information bar below. All the websites are there. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care, and free Marc Emery and all the drug war prisoners.
The revolution continues. Join us at Heritage Park in Olympia, July 27th and 28th for the first legal hempfest in the nation. We'll have guest speakers, local artists, local bands, shops, and more. For more information, go to olympiahempfest.com.